Sarah figured out that by switching to Metro PCS, she gets 2 free smartphones.
Your barbecue ribs are the best.
Take the rest home with you, Sarah.
Just like she figured out that by visiting her in-laws, she doesn't have to cook for the rest of the week. You too figure it out. Get 2 free 4G LTE smartphones from top brands like Samsung and LG after instant rebate when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included. See store or metropcs.com for details and terms and conditions.
Blog Talk Radio.
Nothing for you.
You have been chopped.
Fuck off, you fat useless sack of fucking Yankee stanky doodle shite. I like gas.
Bam! Bam!
Very serious.
You got the craziest chef in the world. The Food Network, Rob Burmeister, and from Hell's Kitchen, Clemenza Caserta Jr. Together, they are chewing the fat with Big and Beefy.
Hey, everybody, you're listening to Chewing the Fat with Big and Beefy on blogtalkradio.com and the Wacko Network. How is it going? We are being sponsored today by Ski Watch and Vinyl Rock Source. Let's thank those fellas. My name's Big, Rob Burmeister, and my co-host right here.
Clemenza Caserta. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, what is going on?
Another week, another show. Lots of things happening. Lots of cool guests coming on. Lots of things during the week we did. Rob and I got to, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, we got a new soundboard. We hope it's going out live. If anyone can tell us if it's working or not.
Yeah, hopefully everybody can even hear us.
I know.
We have some technical issues from time to time.
Yeah, well, we're brand spanking new with this, so.
So what's going on, Rob? How was the week, man?
My week, just me, was all right. Work, church, and home.
Work,
and
church, and home.
Yeah, work, church, and home. Whatever. Laid around. Sunday, slept.
Home and some more home and little, hanky-panky in between, and
yeah, good.
Nothing crazy. We did the event yesterday.
Yeah. We judged the March of Dimes Gourmet Gala. It was pretty fun, I'm glad they asked us to do it. We did it with your dad. And
Jimmy Whispers.
That's right, Jimmy Whispers.
Rob had to roll me out of there. We ate so much food.
Food and wine. And it was like, we actually Houdini'd. We like to apologize to everybody, but right around 9:30, we thought it was time to get out of there,
Yeah,
it was
too much.
too much of the auctions and the raffles and stuff like that. It was kind of, it was time to 86 our way out of there.
Good food, though. We had that braised short rib, which is pretty good.
Well, yeah, we had, what was that, Grand Oaks. Grand Oaks, a new country club on Staten Island. They did an Indian spice
braised short rib.
Yeah, with that little mashed potato and the little chip on the top. I thought it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That company had about 5 restaurants there. They had Arirang.
Yeah.
Who did a nice tuna kind of...
The ahi rat scallop it was.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. And
they had the Grand Plaza, their other catering hall, had some butternut squash soup with pumpkin tortellini.
One of the better things, and not to even interrupt you, I got the Basta Vazul on my mind.
Yeah, well, that was the loft at Ariana's. They came in 3rd place, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
It was just straight up like Grandma's Pasta Vazul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Nothing
good.
like it. As a matter of fact, that's got to go on the top 5, which we'll get into later. But, the Basta Vazul was
I love
fantastic.
I mean, I'm not even Italian, but my best friend was Italian. His grandmother used to show me how to cook, the eggplant palm and pasta vazul, and You know,
now,
but
here's the other thing: is it pasta fagioli or is it pasta fagioli?
or fagioli if you have no, you know.
Exactly, it's spelled fagioli.
Actually, at work.
And I've had some people ask that. Can I have the pasta fagioli?
Yeah. What the hell is that? But I actually made a grilled vegetable fazool at work. No pasta in it, but I had some leftover grilled veg from, you know, a special the night before, and
it works. I did a garden-style pasta fazool recipe for EAL, one of my videos.
Yeah. Actually, one of the first things I ever made, I watched on Channel 13, and it's called Harvest Stew. And it was just all vegetables cut up with V8 in it, and you let it simmer. I was like about 11 years old, and I had to make it like once a week. But yeah, it was cool.
We had some other great dishes too. The shrimp,
the winner from Blue,
wonton wrapped shrimp with a guacamole
and a sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was good. They had another, I think, a short rib ravioli. They had seared tuna with a sun-dried tomato salsa.
Yeah.
I was a fan of that. I love the raw tuna.
Yeah, me too. Wasn't crazy about the sun-dried tomato. Not that it was bad, but I'm just not a.
It was, you know what? Because you're expecting Asian, and you're getting
the. I love the whole twist there with the incorporating the Italian into the Asian.
Yeah.
I do that a lot, you know, when I used to work.
Yeah.
And you know. But, a couple other interesting things. So, what was the third place? With the Pasta Fazool?
Pasta Fazool was third.
How about the runner-up there, the People's Choice Awards?
Sweet Sensation.
Yes,
yeah, the chocolate cupcake with the peanut butter frosting. It was like it was still.
Pack of cupcakes. Which I wound up eating too.
That was from Pris.
That was from Prissy something.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
We're trying to get them to come on the show, too. So
that was good. We networked. We gave our cards out to a lot of people. There was a lot of guys, you know. There was guys there that were on Sweet Genius. There's Chopped guys there. There was guys that do all the news. You know, Frankie from Ariana's does. He's doing something with Curtis Slewa now for his radio show, giving out like soup or something. And then there's
Jimmy Whistler promoting the bullying thing,
right?
Anti-bullying thing that he's going to be talking in Tottenville High School and another high school in Brooklyn. So,
it was really good. I mean, I wasn't disappointed with any of the food, really.
No.
I mean, you know, and even some of the ones that was a little.
What made it better, it was all free too. So I mean, everything seemed to taste better.
Yeah, had a little bit of the grape there, nonstop Pinot Grigio. I was drinking.
Coke and Merlot.
When you ordered that, I was like. I do that all the time. Yeah, old school. And it was even in the short little soda glass like they used to do in the old days.
When I was a kid and they wanted me to go to sleep, my mom and my dad would put a little bit of wine in the Coca-Cola, and that was it. I was out like a freak.
Oh, yeah. My father used to shotgun marijuana into my mouth.
Nice. A little bit different, but not that I would be opposed to that, but things happen.
Well, yeah, I grew up in a commune, so.
Right. So that's why you're a little fucking.
Yeah, I'm a little weird. Nah, actually, that's so false right there. But speaking of my dad, pretty funny today. He texted me. He got suspended from Facebook today for 12 hours because he goes on rants and stuff. And, you know, he's bashing all the politicians and stuff. And someone reported him, and he got booted for 12 hours.
Nice. I got put in Facebook jail today, too. I can't send friend requests.
Yeah,
that's 30 days, which they keep. I'm not even going to go there, but let's just. Because I can rant and rave about that for hours.
Right.
But,
so what else about last night? It was, I had some music. Bart Oates from the Giants was there.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing all the auctions, but that's when we left. But,
by that time, I couldn't even move anymore. Because all the food and the cake and the pastries. And Louis G's Italian ices. And
that was the one thing, though, like, it was a little complicated because we went from having like 3 savory good dishes and to keep the ball rolling, and then it was dessert, and then another one. But you know what? One of my favorite things was the deep fried like roll or something they called it, but it was like a deep fried donut.
There is an Italian. They do that in an Italian pastry.
Yeah, with the cannoli cream, and then they rolled it in cinnamon sugar. And they actually had a pretty decent sandwich. It was like
sandwich was good,
it was like
too.
a 6-foot hero, but it was actually
Well,
moist.
what it was probably some of the best, but unfortunately, and that's why I thought they should have broke it down by category.
Right.
It couldn't compete with the braised Indian spice short rib with a, mashed potato puff pastry thing, and it's totally different category. But that was actually, I thought that was awesome too.
Yeah, I mean, someone had shrimp and grits, and it was good, but it wasn't. It didn't stand out, and that's what it is. A lot of these places don't decorate, and you know what? It's hard. If you're on a budget, you have to do all these charity things, and you got to pay for the food, you got to pay for people to help, you got to what else? You got to set up, you got to take off a day of work, and then
it's all about the flash, Rob.
Right. So and then you got to decorate your table, which I'm always up for that. I mean, I used to do it in layers, like with milk crates.
Let me just interrupt and say this. Rob, every time we come to the studio, Rob has decorated the studio with something new. Whether it's a new pig outfit or a new pork something, or there's something new every week.
Yeah, of course.
There's something new every week. You can't help it, can you?
No, I love it.
It's great. It's fantastic. I love it in here.
Well, it's still not to my liking. I don't want any of the walls showing.
I know. If we had the budget, I can only imagine what you would do.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Oh, it'd be great.
Already out of control.
It'd be great. But we're going to start filming these things. And
yep, we're going to get a YouTube channel eventually. We got a lot of things in the works, and we're going to take Big and Beefy worldwide, baby.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah.
We got to. And thanks to the Wacko Network for helping us out. I mean, they're really walking us through this. We got Bob and Kat and Rich, always hooking us up.
You got Chuck over there, too, that chimes in.
You got Chuck, Eddie BZ. It's a pretty cool network. I mean, if you're listening to us guys, sometimes just tune in and listen to these guys call up. I mean, it's fun. It's just basically, all us people with the show, we just sit in a room and start talking, right, Clem?
You know what it is? Basically, we're all out of our friggin' minds, so that's what makes all these shows what they are. Because not one of us is normal, and I don't mean that in a bad way. We're all whacked out.
Well, we have a need to be noticed by other people. Yeah. We want media. Media whore number 1, media whore number 2 over here, right?
There's no being you, Rob. You, without a doubt, you are the sluttiest media whore I have ever
Yes.
met. There's no question about it.
I actually left my house an extra 15 minutes early this morning by like 10 after 7, and just to see if we were in the paper.
What were you in the paper? Was any of that in the paper?
Our picture wasn't, but Pam, the food editor from the Staten Island Advance, took our picture and said this is for something else. So God knows what she's got up her sleeve.
Okay.
But they had they mentioned the radio show in there. They had, actually yours was pretty cool. It was like, she quoted me. She quoted me on like whatever, like the shrimp wanted or whatever, as he stood next to his radio co-host, celebrity chef, friend. You had a million like slashes with all things Clemenza Caserta.
Nice.
It was cool, and it was a little bitty shout out. They had all pictures of the thing, mentioned the winners, actually mentioned a couple of the wrong restaurants. They said Beso won, which it was blue, same chef and owner, but
all right, shit happens.
Yeah, but we got getting in the paper.
Yeah, second time we got in the paper, they did the full story on us a couple of weeks back.
It's great. Cool. And we don't care what it's in. I just don't want it to be in the obituary.
Yeah.
Because that's tough. Because then I can't enjoy it. I can't cut it out, hang it up. You know what I'm saying?
Which Rob has everything he's ever been in cut up and hung up somewhere.
Chef coats hanging up and
At this point, why don't you get some double-faced tape and stick yourself to the wall?
I would. Well, I tried to clone myself.
I might come here next week and you may be hanging from the wall because you are crazy enough to do something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie BZ commented right now in the chat room. He said, "We are crazy, but we're fun," and that's exactly what it is.
Exactly. There's good crazy and there's bad crazy. And we're good crazy.
Right. Exactly.
We're not the unfriendly crazy. We're just whacked out.
We just love to talk and to hear ourselves talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we could be quiet. People that don't want to do anything, and then we wouldn't have a show.
Exactly.
And
why don't we announce announce our guest tonight, too, that we got coming on.
Right. We got, from Hell's Kitchen Season 11, Chef Ray Alongifrom from Quincy, Massachusetts.
Yeah, and we got a good buddy of mine, Nicola Riccardi, or Nick Riccardi, from owner of Tavola and Rocco's. I used to work for him years ago when he owned the Viceroy. He owned Stella's. He owned...
Stella!
How did I know that was coming? He just totally threw off my train of thought here. He had owned Cast Iron Cafe and his own restaurant, Cola's, which is phenomenal, great little Italian food. Yeah. And now he's got Tavola, the new one, which was the old Manganelli's Deli, by the way.
Oh, all right.
Which was one of the first delis ever in New York Italian. He'll give you the history of it when we get him on. But, maybe we should go into some news a little bit in a few minutes or so.
Yeah.
Now,
you know what? Let's play. How about this? We're going to change up because we always forget to play our sponsors. We always forget to play our sponsors.
Yeah, vinyl.
You want to find the vinyl sauce? I like that one. Now, who's that? Chuck Skull that does that commercial?
I believe so. I definitely.
That's a pretty fantastic commercial, if I don't say so myself.
Yeah, except of course, we're having a little technical issue here, and I just got booted off.
Yeah, just hit up in the corner. You're good. Eddie BZ just said, who was the celebrity chef that died today, but we're going to talk about that in the news.
Yeah, we'll get that going in the news in a few minutes. And, Yeah. All right, so we're going to get to the commercial in about another 45 seconds or so.
All right, you know what? We'll do the news now, and then we'll cut into a commercial. How's
absolutely.
that?
CTF News with Big and Beefy.
All right. So, Eddie, just to answer your question, the news, famed Chicago chef who transformed American fine dining, Charlie Trotta, was found dead today at age 54.
I gotta say, I'm a little upset about that, man. Trotta is known for his seafood. Guy's got well over 14 or 18 cookbooks.
Yeah.
I have most of them. One of my inspirations, too, when I was up and coming, when I first got his buddy of mine was giving me a seafood book. And just some of the things in there were mind-blowing what this guy was doing so many years ago. Very outspoken guy. I feel bad. I'm a little upset. The culinary world took a little hit today by losing one of the world's greats.
I found out something I have a little in common with him, that he never went to culinary school either.
Wow.
He went to college, which I only went for 3 weeks, but he went and he was like a psychology major or something like that. But he was famous for his classical French with an Asian influence, which is perfect, Yeah. That's a real good mix. A lot of people said he was kind of a hard ass to work for and whatnot.
Yeah, but you know what? When you strive, like people say that about Ramsay, but you know what? These guys are striving for perfection, and they've given everything they have in their life and in their every day to make other people happy by putting out great food. Hey, you want what you want, man. And
right. Hey, I was nice to everybody, and my place closed after 3 years.
Yeah.
You can't be friends with everybody. But a pretty cool fact that I found out about him was that he used to have his waiters put double-sided tape on the bottoms of their shoes so that when they're walking around and serving tables, they're picking the lint off the rug.
I got to tell you, I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
I wish they would walk on half of my clothes.
I can jam a broom up there, make you walk around and sweep at the same time.
Yeah. And another celebrity chef, a few chefs worked under him, but from Master Chef, Graham Elliott worked under him.
Absolutely
and
correct.
he mentioned some stuff about him and everything in the paper, but God rest your soul, Chef Trotter, you'll be missed, and I hope I don't go at 54.
I hope I make it to 54.
Yeah.
At this point, but
well, you better. I mean, we don't have that many archives yet to keep playing them,
Thanks, I feel loved.
Yeah.
But definitely the culinary world took a hit today. R.I.P. Trotta.
Yeah. And speaking of dying early, we have some more McDonald's news. Mainly Chicago. This is for some reason just Chicago McDonald's right now that they mentioned.
What's up with that? I don't get it.
I don't know. I know it's a franchise and whatever.
I know New York had some issues with McDonald's with some drug deals and some people with guns in there.
Yeah.
The whole issue. But now we got Chicago with Mickey D's. What's going on in Chicago, Rob?
Well, the dollar menu and more added 5 new items to it, and I really wish they would do it here.
Well, what are the 5 new items? I'm a little curious.
Well, we got And this is only in Chicago. I don't know. For $1, they have a Buffalo Ranch McChicken. So they added, instead of just the McChicken we have, they got Buffalo and Ranch on it. That's
all right. Maybe they're testing the market in Chicago. I don't know, but
right.
I can go.
Now, how about this one for $1?
Let's see.
It is right up my alley.
Got to be a bacon something.
No, not yet.
All right.
It's taco chip topped barbecue ranch burger.
Taco chip.
So it's like Fritos.
Interesting.
I mean, I put them on my sandwich anyway. But
I had the French fry burger. Not to just go off subject, but
yeah.
I had the French fry burger at Burger King.
And
I had one French fry on it, folded in half.
Right. You just order a small fry and do it yourself.
But only that happens to me.
I know you have no.
We did the whole drive-through thing a couple times, so we're not even going to rant and rave about that.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens.
You always get screwed.
Dude, who goes to Burger King? Look, let me just say this. The person next to me ordered the same one in the car, and she got a shit pile of fries on it. I got one fry folded in half. I couldn't even hear the guy.
Here comes that there Chef Clemenza. Let's get the one fry fella talk about us on the radio.
That's Rob with the bullhorn and.
But now that our mics are good, it's a little feedback. But now for $2 on the menu.
They got a $2 menu.
Well, it's the dollar menu and more.
The dollar menu and more. All right.
So they just amp up the dollar menu ones. They got a bacon.
Like the dollar menu on crack or on steroids.
Yeah. Well, it's basically, as you can see, it's the dollar menu with bacon on it. So they got the bacon cheddar McChicken.
The bacon cheddar McChicken.
Yeah, that sounds.
I just like saying that.
Yeah, exactly. We have the bacon buffalo ranch McChicken and a bacon McDouble beef.
Ooh,
that's nice.
Bacon McDouble beef.
Right. And wait, little more news. McDonald's, the McRib is returned.
Dun, dun, dun.
But now it's being touted as the ultimate pork sandwich, and that just is wrong because I love the McRib. I really do. I like biting into the little pieces of bone that they missed in the grinder and stuff. And but the ultimate pork sandwich, I think not.
No, not even close.
I mean, I used to make pork sandwiches that were the ultimate pork. I used to have what the hell was it called? It had
sausage and peppers with pulled pork and bacon on it.
Yeah. Well, this one.
Fat boy sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, this one. What the hell was it? I forget the name of it. It's probably on that menu up there, but it was on focaccia on a focaccia square.
You got me right off the bat.
Double cheddar on both sides.
Yep.
Barbecue sauce, pulled pork, grilled ham steak, and bacon, and it was
I
crap.
gotta tell you, you had me at focaccia square.
I love them.
I brought a tear to my eyes.
I love focaccia squares. I had most of my
circles,
old sandwiches.
Isosceles, triangles. I make a focaccia anything.
Yeah, especially when you toast it up. It's almost like the creme brulee top that you crack, and it cracks, and then you got the bread in there.
See, now I'm hungry again.
Well, we're always hungry. That's all we do is talk about food
that's
for 2 hours.
This is why I see we talk about food. I go home, I watch the Food Network, and before you know it, I'm making myself a cheeseburger at 3 o'clock in the friggin' morning. Something's not right with this.
There's never anything right.
So McDonald's with the, here's a trick, by the way.
Yeah.
If you go into Mickey D's, get their $1 double cheeseburger and ask them to put Big Mac sauce on it.
All right.
Phenomenal.
Really?
You don't have to pay the $4 for a friggin' Big Mac. Because the only thing that makes the Big Mac is the sauce anyway.
Right.
So get the double cheeseburger for $1. But they got hip now. They banged me for 75 cents for Mac sauce the other day.
Well, yeah, nothing's free. Let's take a caller.
All right.
Hey, you're chewing the fat with Big and Beefy. What's going on?
Yo, my gentlemen friends. It's Pete, Chef's Life Apparel from Florida.
What up, Petey Savano? How are you, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man. How you been?
We're chewing the fat.
Good. What's up, Clem?
I said we're just chewing the fat.
I'm chewing the fat. Yeah, actually, it's funny you said that. I just made an old school dish for dinner. My daughter takes a bite, gets a little piece of fat in her chicken. I made chicken Frenchs. Simple, easy, great dinner. Yeah, I went old school, and it's simple. My daughter takes a bite, gets a little bit of fat in there, freaks out, has a tuna sandwich.
Wow.
Really? And then we get in an argument, we bump heads. I'm like, listen, you don't have my taste. Like, you know, if it was me and my dad and I sat at the table, he would have smacked me a couple times and said, eat your freaking food, and that'll be that. But no, nowadays,
or don't eat.
Or you have sleep for dinner.
Or don't eat and you're getting no dinner, and that's it. You eat this or you eat nothing.
Yeah, we used to have to sit at the table, and we couldn't get up until we finished.
I tried to tell her that, and I said, and if I did get smart, which she got a little smart, I got a whack. She's lucky. I don't do that. you
right.
know?
Yeah.
You know,
well, no one's allowed to anymore.
Forget about it. So, what are you gonna do? I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about fast food, coming from some good chefs, and you talk about fast food.
Yeah, well, it's like the food news, because that's, you know what, the last thing I really want to do is cook after working all day. Although I do enjoy it sometimes at home, like on a Sunday when I'm off, I'll do some cooking.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, too, and Pete, I'm sure you can appreciate this as well. When you're in a restaurant every day, 365 days a year, and you're cooking steaks, shrimps, and lobsters, and, you know, fancy and foie gras, or any dish you want, sometimes the garbage food seems appealing because you're so sick of all the good stuff.
Yeah.
So a quick
I agree with you 100%.
Well, here's this thing. I don't know if you know Gray's Papaya in Manhattan, home of the 50-cent hot dog. One of the most sought-after places by most top chefs in Manhattan to go there and have a hot dog because you're so sick of all the good stuff.
They cook them on aluminum foil on their grills.
Flat top, yep.
And it's got the skin is like the thickest skin I've ever had on a hot dog. I love it.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I've had them. They're phenomenal. And you're right. I mean, I don't like fancy shit at home either. I make basic, easy stuff. I'm the kind of guy I like a one-pot dish. You know, like ground beef, some peppers and onions, and some mushrooms and tomatoes. Throw some rice in there, simmer it down, and done. That's it. I'm out of there. You know, stuff like that. Simple and easy, and I don't even when I go to restaurants, I don't order top-end stuff. Give me a steak and potato or a bowl of pasta and some clams or something. I'm happy.
Right, exactly. You know, I'm a clam guy with bread. I want plenty of bread with my clams, and I want a side of butter with my steak because I want to melt it on the top.
I love eating a good clam.
That's why they invented grills for guys like us. On Sundays, we want to sit back with beer, not even talk about work, grill out, watch a little football, and call it a day.
Right.
Exactly. Well, man, it's simple like that. Give us a football game, some meat and a potato, and put us in a corner.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, how's Chef Life Apparel going?
Not bad. I had the Philly show a few weeks back in October. In Philly. So it went well. I didn't have any swag to bring out there. Had some issues with the printer, which is he's now fired. But I mean, it was good. I had a lot of I've got some orders coming in, which is really good. I'm getting ready. I'm in the works talking with his name's Chef Amadeus. He just won the the Extreme Chef Mexico.
Yeah, he's got his own podcast on Blog Talk too.
And I think they wrote that Amadeus.
Yeah, Amadeus.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He's actually, it's a small world. He's we have a mutual friend from Jacksonville, Florida. He's originally from there. He was in the Navy there. And we have a friend that he worked with at the Marriott. We both known the guy over 20 years. And back in the past, he wanted to hook us up. This is before Chef's Life Apparel came around, but he wanted to hook us up because we were, just both chefs and everything, and never happened. So one day I saw him on Facebook. I hit him up and like, hey, this and that, and he's gung ho. So he wants me on his blog talk radio show. I think probably next week, but he wants to start doing some work with me and sponsorship wise. So got that in the works.
So here's my question. When are we going to get some Big and Beefy T-shirts rolling off the production line here?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's talk. I told you when we talked before the food show, before I even came to New York, we talked. And I said once I get that out of the way and get situated and get back to Florida, let's talk. Let's do it. I'm game.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
I'm game, man. Yeah, so, you want to hear a funny thing, man. The other day, I started working again, doing some production work at this catering company and stuff, and the guy's talking to me, and I'm a big guy. Clem, you're a big guy. We're all big guys, but Clemenza and I are built like Italians, short, stocky, and round, And
big belly.
So anyway, he says to me, he goes, you remind me of? Who's the guy from Staten Island? And he was on Hell's Kitchen. I said, are you kidding me? I said, Clemenza? And he goes, Yeah, me and my sister watched this show, and I went, you got to be kidding me, right? And he's like, no. And I said, I look nothing like him. I said, I don't have a ponytail. I said, we're two different types of Italians. I'm Abruzzese. I said, what, Clem, you're what, Calabrese, Napolitan?
Half Sicilian, half Napolitan.
All right, so you're a little half, you're half and half. So I'm a totally different. We look totally different. I'm half Irish, so I don't have a tan. I can get tan, but I don't have the same color, the skin color. So you're full blooded. I'm not. So I was like, I said, really, you got to be kidding me. I said, that's funny you said that because I know the guy. And so it was funny, and I thought it. So he's like calling me Clemenza now. I'm like, listen, my name is Pete. You call me Pete, and that's where we're gonna go. That's it. That's where we're gonna go. So anyway, I thought it was a funny story, and I was like, I gotta tell this guy this story. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely interested, guys. Let's when you guys get around to, let's talk. Let's see what we can do and get it out there, because I've got some other food shows coming up down the pipe that I want to get involved in. So on and so forth. So the website's up.
I got to tell you, the whole Big and Beefy thing's starting to blow up. I'm starting to have people come up to me and call me Beefy instead of Chef Clemenza from Hell's Kitchen, which is completely friggin' wild.
That's it. Yeah, but that's me, Pete.
That's Rob screaming at me.
Because we don't leave the house.
Yeah, let's definitely. You know what? I got an idea. I'm not even gonna say it on the air because I don't want to give somebody else an idea. But I'll tell you guys about it later. But I'll talk to you guys this week or email you. I got some ideas for shirts I think you'll like. So but yeah, let's definitely talk.
I got a million ideas. We can do a lot of things, Pete. Rob's got some great things. I'm telling you, we can rock it out.
Yeah, man. Let's take another caller. Hold on there, Pete.
Sure.
You're chewing the fat with Big and Beefy. How are you?
Oh, the Wacko one is back.
Yeah, baby. Wacko Bob.
Ha, 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 hardy, har, har. Oh, man, it's...
How you doing, buddy?
Where you been? You been on land? What happened? You got people looking for you? You just disappeared off the face of the earth. What happened?
Oh, there's a lot of things happened. I'll tell you. It's been crazy with the things I've had going on. So it's either way it's good to be back. But I'll tell you with some of the problems we've had with financially here on this end and everything, especially with someone who just happens to be an ex-sister-in-law. Pretty much decided she should get more and everything from my brother to the point to where we had to bail him out instead of paying our own bills.
Ah.
Well, maybe at this time we should all get together and just go rob a friggin' bank because we're all struggling for cash here.
Yeah. We just can't wear the Wacko Network logo anywhere.
Yeah. Maybe we should wear the Wacko Network logo in there and start taking over everything.
Hey, Wacko, we also got another caller. Pete Silvano is on from Chef Life Apparel.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
It's going good, guys.
Nice.
Bob back in action. This is what we like to hear.
Oh, yeah. How does the sound on your end there, Wacko?
It sounds great. It's sounding great so far and everything. A lot of this has to do with the fact that they did a whole big format change on BTR, which I'm sure people know about already, and I think they're trying to make life easier for a lot of us who do a lot of producing and everything, especially if we self-produce our shows, and so we're, I think we're getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere with it all.
Yeah, Rob just went out and got us a fancy schmancy soundboard that we're rocking tonight for the first time. So
then the new mics are next.
Yeah. As soon as we can get some money. We did a lot of networking last night. Now we're going to strike on some sponsors. So we're getting ready to move up big time, man.
Oh, definitely, and I'm glad to be able to promote my show in the places that I felt were really getting us those numbers and everything too, which was looking great and everything too, and I'm surprised though too that that even though everything all said and done, archive hits are still through the roof and everything, and that's a good thing.
That's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, but you brought up the Big Mac sauce and everything, and I have to agree with you on that one.
I'm telling
with the Big Mac sauce,
trick right there. I hate to say it's fast food. It's McDonald's. It's fucking horrible. But there's something to be said about that Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, but who's this guy, Big Mac, that's making that sauce in the back room?
Are you kidding me?
The Big Mac guy.
There have been so many videos about the Big Mac sauce and everything, and the secrets behind it. There's basically two different ways of making the Big Mac sauce and everything, using a couple of different ingredients in one, and then you had the main chef for the McDonald's in Canada that showed how the Big Mac sauce was made and how you can basically make the Big Macs at home and everything. And I think
it would be ketchup, mayo, relish, onion, and maybe a shot of mustard in there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you know, down south, they put mustard on all their burgers.
Yeah.
Like if you go to McDonald's in like Myrtle Beach, it's slathered in yellow mustard.
Well, they don't know what the real hot dog onions are either. They put raw onions on
right.
the hot dogs and coleslaw. So there's a little weird things. But yeah, you're right. The mustard on the burger thing is a little...
Yeah. Speaking of hot dogs, my buddy and yours, we went to high school. Remember Tom Casatelli?
Sure do.
He just opened up another bar in Bay Ridge, and it's called The Lock Yard. And the whole menu is artisan sausages on one side and all different hot dogs on the other. And that's
Why are we not going?
We're going to be going there. I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, I can't believe you made that menu. I love it.
Yeah.
And he's got a cool, like, California taco place on 3rd Avenue. Yeah, he's really doing some stuff. Yeah, Hobra. It's Hobra tacos. Got the radishes sliced on it and stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that was a burger. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
You gotta stop bringing food to the show here, because I'm freaking starving now.
Yeah, we're eating Skittles from last week. From the Halloween show.
You guys do this every week. You get going, you talk about food, and you both go, you know what, I'm freaking starving here. Somebody needs to deliver pizza or something.
We figured out a doorbell.
Well, here's the thing. You wouldn't tell by looking at it, but after running around all day and then coming right here, there's never any time to eat in between. So by the time I get here, I'm a poor little fat hungry kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, these master chefs who can make a very good gourmet pizza wind up calling Domino's instead.
I tell you what, I love ordering for Domino's strictly because you can watch online who's making it, when it's getting
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
We have to try this.
And I ordered from another local place the other day, and they actually kept emailing me. Orders it's being made.
Really?
It's pretty wild, yeah.
All right.
Technology nowadays, huh?
Yeah, it's great. Thank God they don't do that in the kitchens, you know.
I'm telling you, you may lose a few cups.
Yeah.
They got a place in
Jose's bathroom, and he'll be making your pasta shortly.
Well, they got a place in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a sushi place, real high end, and they have cameras pointed down at the sushi chefs, and you can watch them as the sushi is being rolled.
Oh, no, that's almost like a culinary school or something to do that. Like
exactly, or food demos.
Yeah. But so we're going to be calling Chef Ray in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we gotta get our guest on in a few minutes, guys. So
Ray Alongifrom?
Yeah.
Uncle Ray?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't met him yet. He's a super cool guy from what I hear, though. A lot of the guys that you know, I hang out with Dan and Barbie and Barrett and all them. They love that guy from what I hear, so that's a good thing. Plus, he's a paisan from Massachusetts. Oh yeah. By the way, you remember you guys had Diane DeMeo on? She contacted me. Believe it or not.
I told her. I was like, did you call my buddy yet? And she's like, well, she's in Mexico. Ha ha ha! Ernie ha ha!
She's been super busy from what she says. So I told her, so whenever she gets a chance, let's do this. You know. So
I reached out to her for you there, Pete.
I appreciate that. There, good looking out.
Yeah, man. So, Pete, you want to stay on the line? We're going to do a commercial and then call Ray. Do you want to stick
absolutely. I'll stick on. Sure.
Second, we're going to take a commercial break.
I'm just going to mute your mics and stuff, and then.
All right. Take care of your sponsors.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. So let's do a little Christmas ski watch, and then we'll call
Chef
Uncle Ray.
All right.
Christmas is not far away. Come catch Santa on his sleigh. Time is precious. Seize the day at Ski's Watch and Clock. Ski's been in business for 20 years. He knows his stuff, so have no fears. He knows about all those tiny gears inside every clock. When you come to Ski's Watch and Clock, his variety is huge. From wristwatches, pocket watches, stopwatches, desk clocks, mantle clocks, grandfather clocks, new and previously owned reconditioned pieces. Right now, with Christmas so close, we will only accept light repairs till after Christmas. The elves are busy enough as it is filling Santa's sleigh. Don't let the Grinch stop you from filling the stockings or putting things under the tree this year. If you're worried about getting someone a gift, you can put items on layaway with just a small deposit. Thanks to Ski, you can send that stupid Grinch to his bedroom with no dinner or TV and no computer or PlayStation. By now you must be wondering where Ski's Watch and Clock is. It's located in beautiful downtown Winter Haven at 106 West Central Avenue, Florida, just across from the main post office. Call 863-294-5630. Again, that number is 863-294-5630.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're about to get Chef Ray Alongifrom from season 11.
All right.
Ray, tell me, I got to ask you right off the bat, does that song bring back memories, give you the chills a little bit?
Yeah, it sure does. I'm telling you, it seems like it was just yesterday when I was just getting my butt kicked in, getting screamed at by Chef Ramsay. Yeah, that brings back memories, man. It was some of the best times of my life. I'm telling you, I had a blast.
Nice. For you guys that are listening to us, this is Chef Ray Alongifrom from Quincy, Massachusetts. Season 11 of Hell's Kitchen. And Clem. Ray Clem, all this Hell's Kitchen talk.
Got to ask you the question that I ask everybody, and it's been asked to me a million times, is what'd you think of Gordon Ramsay, man? How was it? How was it working with him?
I got to tell you something. You know, the guy's younger than me, so I mean, I think people say to me, is he a jerk? Is he a good guy? And I got to tell you, I absolutely love the guy. We kind of had I'm not saying we had a different, we had a different relationship, I think, than he may have with somebody who's, 20, 25 years old. I'm 53. He's, 46, going to be 47 another week, I guess. I think he expected some more of me. I think he was a little harder on me. Well, he said he was. He's harder on me than he's ever been on anybody. And he just figured I could take it, being that I've been in the business and I'm older than him. He should have showed me a little bit more respect. I am his elder, but no, phenomenal guy. He's got and you've been around the man. He's got a sense of humor that's just crazy. The guy, he's a freaking riot.
Yeah.
The stuff he comes out with, not just on the show, but off camera.
Very straightforward and to the point. It looks like we got a caller coming in for you, Ray. We're gonna see who this is, and
Hey, how you doing? You're chewing the fat with Big and Beefy and Chef Ray Alongifrom from Hell's Kitchen. How are you?
Hello.
Hello there, 732. How are you?
All right. Well.
All right.
We had somebody on the line for you, Ray, but
well, and to answer their question, absolutely. No idea. You never could say anything.
Exactly. That guy took the words right out of your mouth.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
of course I would. I don't know.
Let me ask you this too. Where's it gotten you after the show? I mean, has it gotten you a lot of notoriety? What has the show done or has it done for you?
I'll tell you, it's funny because you don't realize some of the things. I'm at the restaurant working and a waitress comes up to me and says, "Hey, chef, somebody out there wants to say hello to you," and it's just you love it. I absolutely love it, but I didn't realize, that I got that type of notoriety. I mean, I had a lady come in the restaurant, and it was just jumping up. I went out there, and she was in tears. I felt like I was like Elvis Presley, man. I'm telling you. It was unbelievable. Oh, yeah, no, it was crazy. I was just like, just standing there. She was going absolutely bonkers, you know, because she was my age. I mean, she's like in her late 40s, you know what I mean? She's just like, oh my God, I love you, you know, and just you know, like, you know, I guess like I'm the AARP chef of Hell's Kitchen, you know what I mean? and I related to them, I guess, you know.
Yeah, well, a lot of, you know, you don't really realize who watches the show, and I mean, there's millions of people, and you hit them. You know, you could have said one thing, or you remind them of somebody, and it really is weird. Like the kinds of people that actually recognize you, you never think it.
Yeah, like
well, you know, it's funny you said that because Justin from last season, you know, I mean, I never met Clemenza. I mean, we're buds, you know what I mean? Because we have that alum, you know, that HK alum kind of thing going on. You know, we've been there, done that together. It's funny you said, you know, how you touch people or, you know, how they relate. Justin from last season, I remind him of his dad. And that's the reason that's the reason he watched it, because, you know, his father's a chef. My dad was a chef. You know, it's in his family, it's in his blood kind of thing. And I'm pretty much his dad's age. You know what I mean? So I guess it was like watching his dad on Hell's Kitchen. So
I thought I was the old dog. I being 42. I mean,
oh
wow.
40. I got underwear as old as you.
Yeah, you do.
Well, the show I just shot, I was 43, and everyone was in. Well, with the exception of the girl was like 30-something, but she looked like she was 18, and everyone else was their young 20s.
Nice.
And it was like, and I'm like, wait a second. And I looked younger than half of them, you know, like these kids from Vegas and California. I don't know if they party hard or what, but
something's going on there.
I really felt like a grandfather. And then all the producers come up and like, listen, you got to talk to these kids. You got to get them to start talking on the microphones and stuff like that. They're you know, but it's good. It is. Now I'm finally noticing that I'm a lot sometimes. Yeah. I do have. Yeah. I may be a moron. I do know a lot of.
Yeah.
Man, you know.
I got to ask you the other magical question I ask everybody. If there was one episode or one defining moment on the show that you could have went back and did different.
One? You just want one?
One. I'm sure there's a million of them, but just that one. There's always that one thing. Like for me, I'll give you the example. My signature dish, I went up against Christina. I had a chopped like Valdestano stuff with prosciutto and fontina with pesto grilled potatoes and sauteed broccoli knob, and with a wild mushroom red wine demi on it. And I decided to hit it with a little bit of truffle oil, and I spilled a little bit of the truffle oil on the friggin' plate. And of course, at the last bite he took, Ramsey had to take that blob of truffle oil on the mushroom, and that's what cost me the point. That was the one thing that I would. And I had it in my hand. I was debating back and forth. I was like, should I, shouldn't I? I was like, fuck it. Like 3 seconds left. And it wound up biting me in the ass. So
yeah. Well, you know what it is? If you watch all these cooking shows now, like the truffle oil is a no-no.
Yeah.
Because
it should be like outlawed.
And it's like all perfumes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But who knew? Go ahead.
Truffle oil, you gotta put it on with like an eyedropper. You know what I mean? You just like I see guys using it on French fries and they're dousing it on the French fries. I'm like, no. Rub the bowl with it. Toss your fries in. It's all you need. It's just a hint. You know what I mean? First of all, personally, I think the stuff should be like illegal. I don't even think it should exist. But that's that's just me.
It's like
not saying I've never used it. I'm not saying I've never used it. I'm kind of a hypocrite like that. But you know, if for me, you know, there's a couple, because I'll be honest with you, I've been doing this for a long, long time. My dad, my godfather, they cooked for Queen Elizabeth. I mean, we've cooked for some celebrities, and we've done some amazing things. I come from a pretty decent pedigree. I'm not saying I'm that great chef, but I know about me is I may not be the greatest chef there is, but I do know the difference between right and wrong and certain things you should and shouldn't do. Now, that being said, I can give you a laundry list of stuff I shouldn't have freaking done, but and it's hard for me to say one thing because I'm so tough on myself. You know, one thing, you know, when I did the meatballs, I should have put them in the broth like I was going to instead of putting them on the plate. I should have put plate on plate. And the reason I didn't was in the very beginning when we did our signature dish, he had said to somebody, well, I'm not very big on plate, I don't really go for plate on plate. Yeah, you look at some of his stuff and it's plate on plate, meaning, a nappy dish or a monkey dish or a broth bowl sitting on top of another bowl served that way. His sticky pudding, he does plate on plate, basically a little decanter of syrup on the same plate. So I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Had I done that, I would have got a point because it would have been nice and I would have put some sauce and some broth in it. That's one. I did a baked stuffed lobster because, that's what we talked about. And I could have done it a little bit different. I could have thought outside the box, and I do that now. But I wanted to go as traditional Boston, New England baked stuffed lobster, and that's what I did. And it was amazing
I love how
if he had actually freaking tasted it. But he did.
Right. You just brought me back to my Nantucket days working when you said lobster.
How do you do a lobster? You open the shell up, the whole body's got stuffing in it. The judge was like, "Oh, that's scary." I'm like, "Jesus, I didn't mean to scare you, but for Christ's sake, that's a baked stuffed lobster. It is what it is, I mean, so, and I've seen baked stuffed lobsters like that, yes, in Vegas. So that was one thing. There's a couple little things, but all in all, I had a blast. I made some great friends, which we're all very close. Clemenza will tell you what kind of brotherhood we all have. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I spoke to Ray a half a dozen times on the phone, and I feel like I know him for 20 years, and I consider him a friend. You go through that bond. It's just like...
Right. And not to mention, everyone's a chef, too.
Yeah, no one else in the world could imagine what we went through, except who were actually on the show, because literally, they call it Hell's Kitchen for a reason. They don't call it, nicey. No.
Right.
It's freaking Hell's Kitchen.
All right. It wasn't the Holocaust, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you're right. It's not nice kitchen. It's Hell's Kitchen, and they swear a lot. I mean, I spent some time in the Marine Corps. Well, a lot of time in the Marine Corps, and there's a certain bond that I have with guys and a couple of girls that I still, to this day, you know what I mean? I could show up on their doorstep, not talk to them for 10 years. I get a place to live. I get food in my stomach and money in my pocket, period. No questions asked. And it's like the same way with the guys on the show. Everybody thinks Dan's a douchebag and Dan's an idiot. Dan's this. Dan's one of my closest friends. I love the guy. I'm going to his wedding next week. You know what I mean? So
Dan's been in the studio with us twice. He's awesome. Love Dan.
Yeah.
Dan's
my wife is like, "Is Dan there? If I do an event, and is Dan there? Is Dan there?" I'm like, "Yes, Dan's here. Say hello." Hi, Dan. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's like Eddie Haskell. He really is like Eddie Haskell.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too, Ray, that no one understands too. And I try to tell people, because I always have a lot of people coming up to me and they're like, "Oh, how did you do with this one? And how did you deal with this one?" And it's all the editing. But we got that same caller calling in.
Yeah, we're gonna try this one again.
Let's try to get this person on the line and see what it is. And let's see.
Hey, you're chewing the fat with Big Beefy and Chef Ray from Hell's Kitchen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys tonight?
We're doing good.
Hey, how are you?
Chef?
How are you?
Good.
We're doing good.
I'm good. Just calling in to say hi and see how you guys are doing.
What's your name?
Doing good.
What's your name?
It's Jackie from Jersey. I call all the time.
Hey, all right. Jackie from the Halloween show. How are you, Jackie?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We have Chef Ray Alongifrom from season 11.
In Massachusetts.
I got everyone. Quincy, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So, Jackie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I got a little cold, so.
Oh, that's all. I hope you feel better. So what's going on with you tonight?
Nothing much. I was just seeing what's going on with you guys and listening to you do the fat.
Well, I'm glad you called. Hey, listen, do you want any recipes or anything while you got me here?
I think
sure.
you got a good chicken soup recipe for her? Because it sounds like
you
got one for chicken soup? I do. I need some really good chicken soup. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chicken soup is the cure-all for... You know what? Now I can go for chicken soup.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you what you do. I'll give you... Listen, you can tweet me at Chef Ray Alongi, and I'll do is this. I will post up, or I will tweet a chicken soup recipe for you.
All right. That sounds great.
I'll put it on Instagram. If you go to Chef Ray Alongi on Twitter, all right?
Okay.
Or even if you go to Ray HK11, make it easy. Ray HK11, you'll see, I have my website website. It's www.rayalongi.com. And by the end of tomorrow, I will come up with a chicken soup recipe, and it will be on my website for you.
Ah, you heard that, folks. All right.
At that point,
I am here to serve.
Yeah.
Very good. Chicken soup for my soul.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it will chicken soup that will change your life. Chicken soup for the soul.
Thank you very much.
Don't be surprised, Ray, if me and Rob show up at your doorstep for some chicken soup.
Yeah.
Is that Clemenza? Hello,
my
Clemenza.
door is open for you.
Okay, I'm going to stop by.
Absolutely. Listen, I was brought up in a nice Sicilian family, so my door is always open. There's always something to eat.
That's
All
good.
right.
I think you may be saying
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right,
Bye-bye,
Jack.
Just wanted to stop in and say hello.
All right, great. Thanks. Have a great week.
You too.
Jackie, one of our
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool. You got a steady clientele of callers, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. We actually got another one coming up. Is Pete from Florida?
Yeah, let's get Pete back on the line. Pete's been on the whole beat.
Hey, Pete, how are you?
Yeah,
Chef
I'm good. I'm still here.
Hey, Pete, how are you?
Good, Ray. How are you?
Good.
We have mutual friends. You might have heard my name. Dan, I got Dan and Barbie and Barrett. I'm with Chef's Life Apparel.
Oh yes, absolutely. I know of you. I don't know you, but
exactly. Yes, the name is.
Yeah, absolutely. We absolutely follow each other. How you doing?
Good. How are you? You know I'm from Massachusetts, right?
I did not.
I'm a Springfield boy.
Oh no way.
Yeah, the armpit
not too far
of
from
the
you.
state.
No kidding. That's not too far at all. We should definitely chat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. My father still lives there. He's still there. He's in East Longmeadow, which is right next to it. So
the same
area.
I know exactly where it is. That's really cool.
Sure.
Man.
Yeah. I was just up there actually.
We actually have someone in our chat room from Revere, Massachusetts, too. Chuck.
Hey. Revere.
There's nothing
Revere,
there.
That's my boys. How are you? Who's from Revere?
He's in the chat room. He's one of the DJs on the other shows. He's checking out our show tonight. Yeah. But
awesome.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out about rest in peace. Whatchamacallit, who passed away today.
Charlie Trotter.
Yeah, we did that at
the
top.
You want to hear something ironic? Is that today I worked today, and the chef of the catering company, the owner, we were talking. He's like, I was doing some pastries today. He's like, here's a good pastry book. He hands it to me. He goes, that guy used to work for Charlie Trotter in Chicago. I'm like, you sure? And I looked at the name and I looked it up, and he did it. And we were like, yeah, Charlie Trotter, blah blah blah. And, I get home, and then I see it all over the place. I'm like, wow, how often do you really mention his name? I mean, I do every once in a while, but nowadays you hear about all the new guys coming up, Sean Brock and all the other guys, David Chang and all these guys. You hear about these guys. You don't hear about Charlie Trotter or Dean Fearing and all the old school guys that really kind of made a mark on the sustainabilities and everything
without a doubt. Pete, I got to tell you too, it's funny. One of the first books someone ever gave me as like a birthday present, I forgot what it was Charlie Trotter's seafood book, and I absolutely fell in love with the recipes and his whole way of cooking and his whole style, and the guy had a different outlook on things. And we're gonna bring someone else in to say hi right now to say.
Yeah, we got another caller.
Hey, let's bring in Wacko Bob.
Hey, Bob, you're back with Chewing the Fat. How are you, buddy?
And Bob is not there.
There he is.
And bobbing.
Bob, are you there?
Oh.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
All right, we'll be back later. So, so speaking of chicken stew, I used to work, you work with a lot of, South Americans, Latino guys.
Okay.
They are the greatest. Whenever I was hungover or under the weather.
I know right where you're going, and I can some right now.
No, well, this is just straight up.
Are you talking about the little piece of garlic in the...
No, this is chicken soup. It was just chicken stock that they reduced down, right? Hot chili flake, fresh lime juice, and cilantro, and a little hint of tequila.
That's exactly.
And it was the greatest thing ever.
It was phenomenal.
I mean, it would just clear you up.
The greatest hangover thing you ever want to do is right there.
Yeah, that was great.
You know, the Norwegians and other people may have what they call a hot toddy, and it's it's a little bit of booze in there, and then the Brazilians. I worked with some Brazilians, and every time you get a cold, it doesn't matter if you get a hangnail, you get the cold, you got God forbid something major, you get it doesn't matter. They take a piece of garlic, some honey, like a hot water, and you drink this 3 times a day, crushed piece of garlic in it, and boom, done. Whatever you got, it knocks it right out of you. I mean, it's incredible.
I got to tell you a quick little hot toddy story. The first time I ever had it, I was in Virginia working at my uncle's place, and I wasn't feeling well. One of the waitresses made it for me. Man, I said, all right, felt a little better. Make me another one. Within an hour, I had about three or four of these things. And let me tell you something. I was never more ossified in my life. I couldn't even get home. I don't remember how. And I have a couple of drinks, but I've never blacked out to where I don't remember how. I had no idea how I got home. Woke up in my bed. Had my husband's whipping.
Are you sure it was just a hot toddy?
I don't know. No, let me tell you, you drink a couple of these things, Mo.
No, I know.
Oh yeah.
Well, the hotness actually makes it go through your system quicker.
Hey, it was a hot roof. It was a hot roofie.
That's how I get to marry. That's how I get to marry my wife. How do you think I got my wife to marry me?
That's it, a roofie.
She had a cold. Yeah. She had a cold. Next thing you knew, she woke up. She was married to me.
That's it.
Just as long as Clem didn't wake up after a hot toddy with a Cleveland steamer.
Yeah.
Imagine us picking up women. We're just looking for the ones that sneeze. That's it. Hey, I got a cure for you.
I got a cure. That's it. A little baby dropper in the drink.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I ever had.
It beats the hell out of my ether-soaked rag. That's my first date. That's my.
Yeah, that's your fail-safe.
When in doubt, pull it out. Yeah.
When in doubt, pull it out.
Hey, let's find out how good-looking Jackie is, and we can doctor up that soup a little bit.
Nice.
Let's not ask what you're stirring it with.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you put 4 chefs together in a conversation. This is what winds up happening.
Yeah.
If any other normal people wouldn't be talking about this.
Well, funny he brought up what you stir it with. The last time, me and Clem were together, we decided to stir our hot toddies, and I screamed. He goes, "What, too hot?" I was like, "It's too deep."
That's the
urinal
joke.
joke.
Bathroom joke.
Yep.
And we were drinking it in the bathroom.
All right. I think we should move on to another question.
So Chef Ray, what are you doing now?
Yeah, right. Tell us.
Well, I took a position as an executive chef for a restaurant not too far out here. Changing around, actually get to work a little bit with Jason Santos. I think you may remember him
on the show, yeah, from right.
Well, he was on Hell's Kitchen season.
Yeah,
very well. Yeah, he's got a couple restaurants out here. I was with the same restaurant group. I left them on Friday, and my tour of duty was, if you will, was up with them. I stayed with them for about 8 months, got things rolling on a new restaurant they get going. So now I'm off to the next adventure. A couple more weeks, and I'll check back in with you then, maybe, and let you know what's going on with the new place. So it's been fun. I do a lot of restaurant consulting. Something. It's fun. Actually, you'd ask me what was my biggest regret. My biggest regret, I think, being not. You said what's one thing I take away, and I guess it's just probably myself. Too nice, but I think that's helped away because I do have a nice guy, but in the kitchen I can be a total dick, and I think not being that way. I'm not a saboteur. I'm not somebody who's gonna ruin somebody's dish or do anything like that. Not to mention any names or anything, but because I respect the food too much. But I think I was too nice. I was more of a teacher and more of a helper, opposed to being should have just steamrolled over everybody. And kind of I am in the kitchen. You know what I mean? If you do something stupid, I'm going to be ass. It wasn't like Joe. I mean, I was a few times, a few things that happened, some things you see, some things you didn't see, a lot of it you didn't see. But I think my wife said to me, she goes, I'm a little disappointed in you that you just, we wanted you to go on our show because you're so much like him with your attitude and, and things like that, I didn't get to see that on the TV set. I see it with you when I work with you, and I see it with you at work, and people who know you, but I think that was probably the biggest thing. But I listen, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you came away as everyone knowing you as a good guy, so you didn't fail at that.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not a sweetheart in the kitchen. In the kitchen,
right.
I am a good guy. I'll do anything for you. I love having a good time. I enjoy, people. But I saw what I saw, sitting back going, geez, Ramsey was the same way. Once in the kitchen, small business. I'm kind of like that myself. I don't like to deal with anything that's, I always have that fear that, my dad has passed, that he's looking over me, and if he sees me doing something wrong, eat at my conscience.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
and Clem will tell you the same way. He's the same way. I know he is from, not that I've worked with him, but from what Barbie, who I absolutely adore, has told me about him, what, Rashmi has told me about him, that, he's such a great guy. So, and I know he's a perfectionist, and he likes to do things the right way, too, so,
Right.
My favorite thing from your season was that kid Jeremy, when you guys when he came back from getting sick and going to the hospital, and he came back and said, I had to eat more, and the first thing out of your mouth was, I think you need a second opinion.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was like, this freaking guy, I love him. From that day forward, I was like, that was awesome. Because it was like you said it, you were mean, but you weren't mean.
No, yeah. Well, it just came out, man. He was a nice kid. He's a nice kid. He was a good guy.
He was a big teddy bear. He was a big teddy bear is what he was. He doesn't belong in kitchens.
He was he was
kind
a
of
good
guy.
guy.
He likes to take long romantic walks to the fridge. My kind of guy.
That's all right. That's okay, man. Hey, listen. There was a few good moments. I mean, I spent a lot of time, Clem will tell you, as he did, I'm sure, in front of the camera, talking to yourself, and sometimes some things get shown, some things don't. But it is what it is. I appreciate everything they've done for me and everything they've.
They don't tell you to say anything, but they kind of amp you up and get you going. And the room was all hot, and you just worked friggin' 11 hours, and you're sitting on a tiny little stool in a friggin' box room talking to a speaker, and it's just it'll get to you. And like Ray said, they only take bits and pieces out of there.
Right. I mean, I wasn't the guy that I did. Some people I saw, really rip each other apart. I didn't do that. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I would have been, but it's not in me to rip somebody apart unless I say it to their face. So, and you're right. Sometimes no, I don't want to say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, it's about integrity, and that's a big thing for me. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So, Chef, I just wonder if you'd mind to go on hold and listen to the show. We got to pay the bills and play an ad
guys,
right
I'm gonna get out of here too. I got to clean this kitchen up before I get razzed.
No.
Clean. I'll go sip a beer and I'll listen to the commercial.
Exactly.
All right.
Ray, it was nice meeting you guys. I will talk to you soon. Let's talk this week about those shirts.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Take care.
We're gonna bring on another guest too that I want you to talk to, Ray. If you got a few minutes, buddy of mine, Nick owns. I heard of the old Manganelli's Deli in Manhattan. He just recently bought the whole building and opened up a place called
nice.
Top. Yeah, so we're gonna get him on the line too, and we're gonna take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. And remember to keep chewing the fat with me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the commercial.
Hey gang, Chuck Skull here. My buddy Larry's Vinyl Rock Source place to go if you're looking for hard-to-find albums or CDs. This month coming out, he has Bob Dylan, the complete album collection box set on CD November 5th. The Beatles, On Air Live at the BBC, Volume 2 on CD and LP, November 11th. Black Sabbath, Gathered in Their Masses, DVD on November 22nd. And also, gang, for all you Velvet Underground Lou Reed fans, Larry has a lot of their stuff in stock right now. And remember, Larry's a collector as well, so he doesn't charge collector's prices. Check out Larry's eBay store, Vinyl Rock Source mail order, his Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Vinyl Rock Source mail order. Like the page, tell him the Wacko Network sent you.
Christmas is not far away. Come catch Santa on his sleigh. Time is precious, seize the day at Ski's Watch and Clock. Ski's been in business for 20 years. He knows his stuff, so have no fears. He knows about all those tiny gears inside every clock. When you come to Ski's Watch and Clock, his variety is huge. From wristwatches, pocket watches, stopwatches, desk clocks, mantle clocks, grandfather clocks, new and previously owned reconditioned pieces. Right now, with Christmas so close, we will only accept light repairs till after Christmas. The elves are busy enough as it is filling Santa's sleigh. Don't let the Grinch stop you from filling the stockings or putting things under the tree this year. If you're worried about getting someone a gift, you can put items on layaway with just a small deposit. Thanks to Ski.
All right, what the heck was that?
I don't know. I don't know what just happened there.
I don't know, but we just lost Nick too.
All right, well, we got some sound difficulties again. I still see Ray on the line.
Ray's still here. Ray, how you doing?
Ray's still there.
Good.
Was that all messed up with you too?
Yeah, it was a little. I heard at the very end. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's happening now too with everything. I don't know. This is so crazy with this sound on this thing. I don't know.
So how many people are here? How many people do we go out to?
Usually right now we're at an average of about anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all off.
Very cool.
We get a lot of archive hits too.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean that's the biggest thing. But yeah, it's pretty wild. This is our 10th week, and it's going pretty good.
That's awesome. And I'll promote you as best I can.
All right, cool, man.
Let's try giving Nick a call back. He just called me on my cell phone.
All right. Well, you can stay on the line. We'll I
mean, you
Did
yeah,
you
we're
that
good.
phone ring? That was my phone ring. You hear my phone ring a minute ago? The loud old telephone ring. I hear a phone ringing now.
I don't know what is up with the sound here. I mean, it's crazy. It's got to be something.
There's a phone ringing now.
Clem, how's it going?
There you go.
Nick, how are you, bud?
Hello,
What's up,
Nick.
Clem? How you doing there?
Nick, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. You're kind of far away in the tunnel, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, and we got live on the air right now. Nick, say hello, too. We got Chef Ray Alongifrom from Season 11 on Hell's Kitchen on with us. Say hi to him. Ray, say hi to Nick.
Hey, boys. Hey, boys. How you doing there tonight? What's going on? What's going on in the food world there?
You know, we're talking about all kinds of things, and right off the bat, too, what I like to do, this is, by the way, Nick Accardi, owner of Tavola Restaurant in Manhattan. Nick, tell us a little bit about, you know, some of the other places you own and what you do.
Well, you know, right now I'm at Tavola. Tavola's on 9th Avenue in Hell's Kitchen. It was the old Nine Ganaro's grocery store for 123 years. And we just took it over a year ago. And we have the largest wood-burning ovens in New York. And tonight the specials are off the hook. Right now we have a chef from Italy, Giancarlo from Florence. One of the specials is wild boar and rabbit. lasagna with bechamel. The pizza special tonight is sliced potato fried in virgin olive oil with a hot sausage and caramelized onions in the wood-burning oven. Whole branzino basted with olive oil and fresh herbs. I wish you guys were here. The dining room is packed. The place is on fire. It's so fucking cool. It's really great.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, Nick, I'll be up there in, I think, Saturday and Sunday this weekend. I'm coming out to a wedding in New York City, and maybe I will stop by. Yeah, we're going to see what the schedule looks like, and I'll definitely, get together and stop by and say hello for sure. If we have the few minutes.
It's become a hub for other chefs to come by and eat. And when chefs come and eat here, it's my greatest compliment, because when I get foodies that really understands what's going on, it really says a lot. That we have quite a few well-known chefs have been here to eat, and it's always an honor to have other enthusiasts, food enthusiasts, to come here. Awesome. I've cooked with Clem for years, and cooking with him is always an inspiration, because we come from a very similar background. Both Clem and I come from Italian-American backgrounds where we were lucky enough to have our grandmothers growing up. And I was telling Clem, the joys of our grandmother's basements. It's amazing what those women would cook in those basements in Brooklyn and Queens, and just the food that they would put out of those basements, those enamel stoves, and oh my God, it's like I have friends that have like $70,000 kitchens in the Hamptons, and nothing comes out of those kitchens. And it's like you see these little tiny kitchens, you see these basements in these Italian families, and the gastronomic wonders that came out of those basements was just inspiring. I mean, I have to say, it inspired me to become a chef and a foodie. There was just so much passion and love. Everything from crabs in the sauce and babalouche and snails and homemade pastas. I just remember my fat grandmother with her apron on, and it was so comforting to be down there with her, and everything was always, the pots were boiling and the kitchen would smell great. There was just so much love and comfort food. Life was simple then,
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I'll
now.
tell you, it's funny you say that, because my uncle, my mom, down in the basement, we used to have the parties. My grandmother's 90th birthday party was downstairs, and my uncle Carl Sulla, you walk out the back door, he has a patio out there, and in the basement, again, like you said, the refrigerator, the bathroom, you had to put the bathroom down there. They had the tables, they had the big like curtains or drapes they put over the shelves so you don't see in the back. You just open the curtain and there's all the canned goods, all the stuff in there. The pig's feet in the jars. I used to be afraid when I walked down the basement as a kid to open the curtain. The freaking things, the pig's feet in a freaking jar,
Oh man, the things that were in those basements, that homemade tomato sauce, those pickled vegetables, and just amazing what was down there. It was just. We took it for granted because that's how we grew up.
It was literally a treasure trove of. It was a treasure trove of goodies of what you can get down there. And,
amazing.
I want to ask you guys this right now, since everybody, with the exception of unfortunately Rob, is Italian. We got our top 5.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, no, don't feel bad. He's rocking and rolling, Rob. Here's how every week we do a top 5, and we're gonna get you guys involved in this. A top 5 old school Italian dishes, and for me, I'm gonna say eggplant parmesan, a veal franchise, pizza rustica, which is one of the lost things that I haven't had.
Oh, you stole that from me.
I did. Chicken marsala.
That's done good. It's delicious.
And anything with puttanesca sauce, whether it's a.
How about some blue claw crabs with a tomato sauce? Let's do that with some bucatini.
Yeah, there you go. Another old school.
Old school.
Yeah.
Let's go old school. Let's do it. Maybe it'll make you forget get a hold of some some great clams and mussels and some octopus like we used to make in my grandmother's basement. I know my grandmother used to put the octopus in the pot and she'd pull it up and down, and the octopus would curl up, and all the kids would come around. And we look at Grandma do that. It was like so cool to watch this octopus all curl up. It was so. And then they would make this wonderful octopus salad. and I remember eels with vinegar sauce was delicious. Now that's real gourmet. That's really where it's at. You know, we were eating olive oil and fresh herbs from the garden way before it was chic. Now everybody's talking about fresh herbs and olive oil. That's how we ate. That's the Italians have been eating. We were the first to have bread with a crust on it in this country. We were the first to bring a real loaf of bread. And the culture of wine.
Absolutely.
And the culture of wine with dinner. Before the Italians were drinking wine, homemade wine with dinner, it was unheard of in America. Now, everybody drinks wine, everybody has wine. But, you know, that wasn't always the case in America. It was the Italians that introduced crusty bread, wine, olive oil, fresh herbs. You know, and then now all of a sudden everybody forgets where it came from. It came from us.
Yeah.
And back then we were considered funny people.
I gotta ask Ray. Yeah, I gotta ask Ray too to chime in and Rob to chime in. What's some of your favorite Italian, old school Italian dishes? Ray, what about you? What do you got?
You know, I still say my mom made the best lasagna ever. So for me at home, you know, I used to like when she made lasagna. She used to make the veal cutlets, the real veal cutlets. You know, not just a veal, just cutlets, just a pile of freaking cutlets. That's it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? A big pile of cutlets. You know, I
What
wasn't
part of Italy is your family from, Rob? What part of Italy?
We're from Aragon, Sicily.
You're Sicilian like my family.
Yeah, from Aragon. We call ourselves, you know, the Romanese, Aragonese, or Romanese, as they say, up in the mountain.
Different regions, different things in those places. Like Clem's family's from Naples, and Clem would tell me they would do certain Neapolitan specialties. I'm like, cool, we didn't do that. Like Sicilians,
you know, the puttanesca, that's a Neapolitan dish.
That's a Neapolitan dish.
Yeah, it was the hookers used to they used to open the windows, the ladies of the evening, as they call them.
That's right.
They would put the bowls out, you know, the pasta out to open the windows. The guys would smell that sauce, that putta sauce, the puttanesca, the stinky sauce, and it was such an aromatic flavor that the guys used to come out, you know, hey, what do you got over there? Hey, come on in, you know. And I mean, that's how the story I was told, you know. But and like things from my region.
Oh, it's amazing. Like Sicilians, like the pasta con sarde is something very Sicilian.
Oh yeah,
and the
pasta con sarde with the sardines, you know?
with the sardines and
all right, we got
the pasta with the cool
cut off Rob for a second. Yeah, the gagouts. Gagouts.
How about
top 5 in there, Rob?
Oh, well, I'm not Italian, but my best friend growing up, his grandmother, little tiny old lady Molly Conti, was great. And all my friends were playing pool in a basement. I was up in the kitchen with her. She'd stand on like a milk crate next to me so I wouldn't tower over her.
Yeah.
She taught me everything.
Eggplant,
Conti, Conte.
That's what my relatives in Canada, they're Contis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But
everybody's Conti. Everybody's related to Contis.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like the Smith of Italy. But
and how about those backyards? How about those backyards they had back? Those backyards. In those backyards had everything planted back there: basil, parsley, tomatoes, and everything. They would pick things out of the yard. Now it's all chic. It's all the thing now. It's all trendy. The Italians have been doing this since the beginning of time. We still do it that way.
Hey, who grew up in Brooklyn?
I did. I'm a Brooklyn boy.
Whereabouts in Brooklyn? Yeah, anywhere near 91st Street.
Ridgewood. Knickerbocker Avenue. Knickerbocker Avenue.
Yes.
All right. Bensonhurst. Anywhere near East 91st Street?
No, that was the other side of Brooklyn. Different Italians in different pockets of Brooklyn. Like the Sicilians were in Knickerbocker Avenue, and from certain parts of Sicily. And also Bensonhurst was very Sicilian. Now they're not
Canassi. My cousins are from Canassi.
There you go. Right. Yeah. Different people from different regions of Italy settled in different neighborhoods, and they stayed in those neighborhoods. Like Clem's family, they come from Mulberry Street, and that was real Napolitan. That was a Napolitan stronghold.
Mulberry Street.
Yeah, my stepmom's from Mulberry Street.
That's all. That's not Sicilian. That's all Napolitan. You know.
Yeah.
And the saint is San Gennaro, which is the patron saint of Naples, is the patron saint that they celebrate on Mulberry Street for the feast. So the neighborhoods would have the saints from the regions of Italy. Like on Knickerbocker Avenue, you had San Giuseppe, because San Giuseppe was the patron saint of Sicily. So
we had St. Paul. We had St. Paul. My family owned St. Paul.
St. Paul, right? Yeah.
And that's in the one in Aragona.
We gotta wrap this up for a second. We got a little segment that Rob and I always do.
Yeah, well, I just want to mention my favorite foods from Italian foods. I got to get it in there, being the German, Irish, Hungarian guy. You know, Ray mentioned lasagna. That's one of my favorites. You know,
well, Rob, if you want some good lasagna, you come on down to my place. You come down to Towel, I'll show you some good lasagna.
Okay. And of course, you know, you got your meatballs. The meatballs are, you know, just making them. It was so therapeutic with Molly. You know, it was great. You know, and frying them off and eating them without the sauce on them right out of the thing.
Sauce.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. And they just sat in a big bowl with the sausage. You know, go sit in the street. They sat in the sauce, but when you put them on the table, they sat in a big bowl.
Oh, right. The smell of that great food.
Oh, it's great. And then I got, you know, linguine and clam sauce. Love it. It's actually a tie with my mussels and a little marinara, you know, with some bread on bottom.
Clem, I don't know if you guys know, but Clem is a Italian seafood master. That man could do miracles with seafood at times. That's his forte. Scungili, clams, calamari. Clams, you got to have Clem make you seafood one of these days.
I would know. I always cook for this guy every week.
You can't believe what I can do. You wouldn't believe what I can do with a good clam.
That man's off the hook.
I can imagine.
And then of course it's I know it's East Pizza. It was the greatest thing. Right. Well, you know, we were from.
I got to agree. You got the ricotta, you got the cheese, you got all kinds of.
But then my number one, which I just had recently, is the porchetta. You know, that's one of my favorite things.
That's
because I'm a bacon aficionado. I love bacon. I love anything pork.
All right, now that you brought up the bacon, which I know you got to bring up every show because
I love it.
I'm right with you. Right now, here's the question: we do a little food fight. We want you guys to chime in after this. Say pancetta, Rob says bacon, and we're going to debate this in a couple of seconds, and just, here we go.
It's time for Big and Beefy's Food Fight.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, so.
All right, we're back. Theme there. Now, here's the question. Nick and Ray, let us argue this out for a second. We want you guys to chime in. Nothing wrong with bacon. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing wrong with bacon.
Bacon or pancetta? I'm going pancetta.
Well, you
know, honestly, I think they're both great, but they're two different things. Sometimes you're not in the mood for smoky meat. And when you don't want a smoky meat, the pancetta's the right deal.
Never in the mood for smoky meat.
Well, that's part of the argument. Look, exactly. Bacon's got the smoke to it, and pancetta doesn't. It's a cured meat. That's the difference. But if I had to pick one, if you were stuck in a room and you had to eat pancetta or bacon for the rest of your life, what would you pick? I'd have to go pancetta.
That's tough. You know my answer is? If you get really good pancetta from a good pig in Italy, it's amazing. And if you get really good smoked, hand-cut bacon, when they're both excellent, they're both great, but they're very different. But still, it's from the same cut of the pig. Pancetta means belly. It means little belly is what it means, pancetta.
Right. Well, if I was stuck with one, or if I had to eat pancetta,
you got to make a choice.
I would smoke it.
We have to make a choice. You got to make a choice here. What you pay? I know. That's why we're doing this, but we got to make a choice. I'm going pancetta. I thought about this long and hard for a couple of days.
I agree, Clem. It's more versatile too. I gotta tell you.
Nah, I don't know.
Listen, can I pick?
Think about this.
You know what I do with pancetta? Let me just tell you. It comes in a nice little roll, right?
Yeah.
I slice it and then I unroll it, and make a slab of bacon out of it.
Let me tell you what I do. I leave it crowned like a disc. And I put some parchment paper down. I kind of put something on top of it to weigh it down so it stays in a disc.
Right, and then you can put it on your burgers. But it has.
I make little pancetta sandwiches. I use that as the bread, and I stuff things in between. I make myself a little pancetta sandwich.
Right.
All right. So here, I'm gonna weigh in on this one.
Bacon sandwiches, bacon peanut butter on toast is the ultimate thing. It's not round, but it is round when I wrap a hot dog. When I wrap my hot dogs in it.
I don't want to hear what you do in your personal time when you're wrapping your hot dogs, pal. But listen, here's the thing.
Sounds a little personal to me.
Here's the thing. You don't even need bread with the pancetta. You use the pancetta as the actual bread and stuff right in the middle with 2 pieces. And you got yourself a little pancetta sandwich.
And I'll be going to your funeral.
You can make a bacon pancetta sandwich.
Yeah, well, I like to wrap my pancetta in bacon. It gives it that smoky goodness that it was meant to be.
All right, so Nick, wait, let's just get this out. Nick, you're going with pancetta. Ray, what are you going with over there? What's your thing?
I'm going with prosciutto. Maybe I don't understand the question.
Oh.
We gotta wait on us. You gotta wait on us. I'm looking at. Wait a minute. Now we take something that we, pancetta. We take prosciutto. I mean, bacon and smoked. How about we just take, we take something different.
I may choose pancetta over all of it too.
Yes. I mean, prosciutto, right? Why not? Prosciutto. I mean, listen. You can take prosciutto. You can crisp it up and cook it like bacon. You can take it. You can eat it.
I love deep frying it into like little chips.
Yeah, you can take it. You can put it on a silk mat, paper thin. Put another silk mat on top, a pan on top of it, let it cook super slow, and now you get a piece of bacon, right?
One of my favorite things is, and Nick, you'll appreciate this, is right out of that wood burning oven, a nice pie with pancetta, caramelized onions.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I make a pizza with that. I go Brussels sprouts, pancetta, and Gruyere cheese, and butcher pepper. And that comes out, that marriage together, those Brussels sprouts, the pancetta caramelized, is unbelievable. Oh, yeah.
It's good because it gives it that smoky flavor that I'm missing.
Maybe we should do it because I'm friggin' hungry again. And maybe I'll feel like going to exercise.
I doubt it. Eating
guys, I'd love to stay on the phone with you, but I am slammed over here. I got to get back to my work. It was so good talking to all of you.
Nice to meet you. What's up, bye?
Buon appetito, buonasera.
Ci vediamo.
Ciao.
All right. Call it in.
All right, gents. Listen, I had a blast.
All right, Ray. Let's see. Anything you want to plug before you go? Give us your websites again. Give us
sure, absolutely. You can do www.rayalongi.com. It's kind of a blog that I got going on. If you go to Chef, Twitter at if it makes it easy for you, do Ray HK11 or Chef Ray Alongi, ALONGI. That's who I am. That's what I do. I do so, and just come in and I always post pictures and recipes and different things of what's going on. And it was just trying to stay, keep looking. That's it.
Nice.
Awesome, man.
Ray, appreciate you calling in, brother. Let me know when you come up this way. We definitely got to get together. We'll get Rob. We'll maybe all of us will go to Nick's place and do some lunch and stuff. I got it, honestly.
That would be awesome.
Would love to get together with you, Ray. So
absolutely.
What's going on?
Listen, I tell you, I loved you when I loved you on the show, Clem. I tell you, you were one of my favorites. My wife and I freaking absolutely loved you on the show, and just wanted you to know that, And it's an honor being a friend with you.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks for chewing the fat with us, Chef Ray Alongi, everybody from season 11 of Hell's Kitchen. Give it a call, man, and we'll have a great week. So, we're going to...
Chef Ray Alongifrom from 11. I had
it was great.
Yeah, no doubt. We got all the Hell's Kitchen people rocking and rolling. And
yeah. Let's do a little bit more news.
CTF News with Big and Beefy.
Yeah.
What else we got rocking in the news? We talked earlier about...
we had Mickey D's. We had poor Charlie Trotter, Chef Trotter.
That it's only in Chicago.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a little weird. R.I.P. to one of the world's great chefs, Charlie Trotter, passed away today, unfortunately, and kind of really sad. The guy was an amazing chef. Quite totally amazing cookbooks, and like I said earlier, the culinary world took a big hit today, man, with the death of one of the great ones, man. He will be missed.
Yeah. Well, you were just talking about maybe we'll do an exercise show and maybe we'll do whatever, but this is what happens when you eat healthy.
All right, well, let's hear it.
There were deadly spiders found on supermarket bananas, and it forced some poor British family to evacuate their house.
Really?
You know, they bought it. The woman was eating it. She was halfway through. She saw a white thing on the banana. She thought it was like mold or a spot, and it wound up to be an egg sac of Brazilian wandering spiders, the most venomous spiders in the world.
Wow, that's kind of that's a thing too that people got to understand too. When you're buying a lot of produce, look, especially coming in from other countries, man, you got some creepy crawls and some weird friggin' things.
There was actually, if you remember when we were kids, they used to have the 4:30 movie.
I do, actually.
And it was always like a theme. They would have like Bug Week or Giant stuff. There was one with William Shatner. I forget it. Maybe it was called Tarantula. I really don't know. But it was a cargo ship of bananas was infested with tarantulas, and they just took over America.
A cargo ship of bananas infested with tarantulas.
Tarantulas. So when they unloaded it.
See, now why do we just don't have good TV like this anymore? No,
because they don't make these kind of movies anymore. Because they were horrible B movies that I loved, you know? Yeah. They had the giant ants, it was them or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people have to eat healthy. There's another story here that eating a diet and high in foods that spur inflammation in the body, such as refined grains and soda, may raise the risk for depression in women.
I was going to say that's why I'm puffy, but I guess not.
Yeah, well, you know, we don't get depressed. We just get, you know, happy when we're eating pasta and soda. But, you know, it's so weird how all this stuff now, it's the healthy stuff will kill you, you know, and, you know, soda's no good for anybody. That's, no. But it doesn't make me depressed. I'm going to have a Dr. Pepper and be pretty goddamn happy that I have a giant glass of Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I actually hung over like Dr. Pepper or root beer or Coke with milk in it.
It really is something strange. I
it's
have
good.
To try that, though.
It's good.
And here's my thing. Do you ever get, you know, when you get your own soda?
Yeah.
You put a little bit of each one in the cup. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Pepper, Sprite,
Mountain Dew,
root beer, Mountain Dew, all in the same
everything.
Cup, and it's phenomenal. People actually look at me like I'm insane until they actually try it, and then they'll.
Yeah, well, we started that like in Little League. Like when we were young, orange drink and grape drink, but we got a mix.
Exactly.
You know, and of course, as kids, which now we're adult children, if you put us in front of a soda fountain, we're gonna do that.
Absolutely.
You know, we always do everything. Mud pies. And
it's like when people come to me and say, "Don't touch that; it's hot." I have to touch it.
Yeah, just to say, is it hot enough? Yeah.
Just to see what their level of hotness is, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we are still kids, and
of course. Yeah, I got there's another thing in the news. It's which pretty much obtains to us. It's five things no one tells a woman about marrying a chef, or vice versa, a man marrying a woman that's a chef.
We cook good food. We have big pickles and.
Right. Well, that's all no.
Okay.
That's all no, but.
Oh no! You're saying
right.
No.
Right. Like what people think a woman or a man is getting when they marry a chef.
Okay.
And the number one is like, no, I'm not marrying my own personal chef.
Okay.
Because you know, everyone's like, you're so lucky you married a chef, blah, blah, blah. But odds are, 95% of the time, the spouse or the girlfriend or the boyfriend that's not a chef is going to cook. Because I don't want to come home and cook.
I'm tired of my own food.
Yeah.
I want somebody to cook for me.
Yeah, exactly. And we want a night off. You know, we don't need any of that crap. And then we have another one. But does he cook? No.
No.
You know, like, no. You know, like, every few weeks, yeah.
Or the parties, the important stuff.
Right, or when he's in the mood. But you're working 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, 6 days a week, holidays and all that stuff. Well, when you come home after a day, last thing you want to do is sit in front of the stove and prep. Prep is the worst.
And that brings, and then you got to clean too. You know,
right.
And it makes the mess. But that brings us back to how do you eat McDonald's or how do you eat Grace with Fire hot dogs? Again, when you're cooking all the time, if you ain't got a lot to go home with, you want something quick and easy, and want something different.
Right.
Something different than your own food.
Oh, hell yeah. And number 3, date night. Yeah, how's like Monday or Tuesday night going to work out for you?
Yeah, really, because Friday and Saturday night shit's going to happen.
Friday, Saturday, Sundays, it's...
I'll be at the restaurant. Maybe not.
Right.
But being Italian, though, and most places I've worked, and it's just my thing, and it's always in my contract, I don't work Easter, I don't work Christmas Day.
Right. Well,
I don't care. I would soon as more than likely Christmas Eve.
Right. Well, Christmas Day, I've always been closed. I mean, there's no way I'm working. Well, there are places, but I won't work Christmas Day. But Christmas Eve, you're either working because people don't want to cook.
You get out early. Usually I get out early. I do a half.
Or you're catering for people that are picking up all their fish dishes.
I don't mind coming in, 9 in the morning, banging out a shift till about 4 or 5 at night. Get everybody fed, and then I'm done. And then I'm coming back the day after Christmas.
Well, that's it. Like Easter, it used to be like you had a brunch seating and maybe like a 1 o'clock seating. Like I'd be out by like 5 or 6, which I always got to the family's house or whatever.
Exactly.
Enough time that I didn't have to sit around and help cook. They had the plates ready for you.
Yeah, you walk
which was
in
great.
And you get a great meal.
Yeah. The fourth one is good. The spouse winds up actually cooking better than they did.
Yes, because you're constantly guiding them.
Right, and they don't want to feel like, oh, God, he's going to hate it. Because the woman that actually did the story said that when she was in college, she actually screwed up Easy Mac.
So I wonder if you were like a sex therapist, if, you know what I'm saying? The woman would have to perform better.
Well, that's always the way. I mean, you go to a guy that's a roofer. You go sit in his house, and there's rain pouring on your head.
What's a roofer?
A roofer. He roofs.
Oh, we got roofers over here. We had roofies earlier, now we got roofers.
Right, yeah. Or, you got a guy like my brother-in-law. Works for Verizon. None of his phones work.
Don't even get me started with Verizon.
No, I know, yeah, I know.
I'm still out of freaking cable for 3.5 weeks.
But that's the odds,
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to... My fridge is empty. I have condiments and whatnot, but, I enjoy when someone cooks for me, whether it's simple peanut butter and jelly.
Do I got to make dinner next show? Is this what we're getting at? Should I make
No, but you do it for a living, too, so it's not,
Yeah, but you've cooked for me. Now I feel bad. I got to make something for next show.
But hopefully our round table will take care of that. We'll do a nice show.
Round table show going on.
But now here's the last one, patience. You got to have patience.
Something most chefs don't have.
Right, and because... Well, you have to.
We do have a world of patience, but we don't have patience when it comes to certain things.
No, but I'm talking patience with the chef. You have to have patience because holidays, weekends, coming home late. Like the little hours that they are home, the male or female chef, you got to make it count. And odds are the chefs usually, when you do have a couple hours, you want to do something fun. You want to go out to eat somewhere cool that you saw or heard about, or you want to do those kinds of things. He just doesn't want to stay home and cook.
Yeah.
End of story. So if you want to marry a chef, you have to have plenty of patience, and you got to know what you're in for.
Yeah.
Or if you want to marry a chef, you got to understand that he wants to be on TV and on a radio show.
Well, here's the other thing, and I don't know if it's known, and I will say this. I know for myself, and I know Rob, and most chefs are very passionate, high-energy people.
Yeah.
The passion that we have is greater than most people that way. I'm not saying that other people don't have it or other jobs can't have it, but chefs are passionate and artists, and we're just awesome freaking people now that I think about it.
Right.
And the funny part was I didn't grow up and say, hey, I want to be a chef. When I grew up, I said, hey, I wanted to be a fireman or a cop. Nothing, love to be that, but there's something about being a chef that's just, and especially nowadays, we got that whole rock star thing.
Yeah.
People think we have that whole rock star thing.
But it's creative. And because of all the TV shows that have it now, people really...
Well, that's what you just said. That's the whole creative part of it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever it is you want to do, and it's phenomenal. To come up with a dish that actually works and people love and something you came up with, it's just a great feeling.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. And even if it's full, like one table or one couple of family members, couple of kids, you want to try to teach them something cool or whatever. And, that's the way to go. But you know, it's.
I gotta tell you though, I can really go for a piece of frickin' pancetta right now.
Yeah, so can I. Even though I'd rather have bacon.
I can go for some bacon. Maybe even that bacon peanut butter sandwich you were talking about.
Oh, I tell you, that's the greatest hangover thing I've ever.
Let me ask you this, Rob. If your one favorite thing to make with bacon, what would it be?
It's peanut butter.
It's your peanut butter and bacon. That's what you're going with.
Yep. Or straight up bacon. On a
it.
paper towel, room temperature. You know, like when someone's making it.
Like you're eating chips. Like you were eating
exactly.
chips. You're eating little bacon chips.
Yep.
I gotta say, this is one of my favorite things to do with bacon. Is just a simple BLT with a friggin' nice,
Love
beautiful,
BLTs.
a nice, beautiful tomato right out of the garden. Not one of those pink tomatoes that people think is ripe. A nice, beautiful tomato.
Right out of the garden, like still hot from the sun.
Exactly. Some shredded lettuce. I like shredded lettuce. And now here's the weird part where you're going to think I'm crazy. Mayo on the bottom of the bread, ketchup on top, and a few dashes of hot sauce. You have to try it.
No,
Trust me, it's the ultimate.
I mix my condiments.
Yeah, all right.
But one of my favorite condiments now is I make a smoky tomato mayo. So I smoke tomatoes.
How do you feel after that?
Not bad.
All right.
I got to catch up with a lot of stuff after. But
yeah, this is the point of the show where we got about 10, 12 minutes left, and we're in a retarded mood. We're in a crazy mood because, you know, we're sitting here for 2 hours, and, you know, we're just getting a little giddy now.
Oh, yeah. But, Chuck Skull, some Vidalia onion.
Yeah.
Nice little shave. See, I got to have my onion shaved. I don't want to hunk.
That drives me. That's what I. Let's do this, and I think this is going to be one of our new segments that we should incorporate into our shows. Is our big pet peeves. And we got Kat calling in right now. Let's see what Kat wants.
Let's see if we
Kat,
can hear
hold
it.
Hold on a second before you chime in. One of my biggest pet peeves is chunky onions. I don't want to bite into a friggin' hunk of onions. I want them nice and thick. We actually agree on something.
Yeah. I don't like it. The only time is a chunky onion. Yeah. The only time I like a chunky onion is
I just said chunky onions.
if you're grilling them.
Chunky onions.
If you're grilling them.
Yeah, exactly, because then they get all soft.
But actually keeping them a little hard in the middle.
You know, it's a little hard in the middle.
Yeah, a little to the tooth, a little al dente.
Al dente. Kat, what's going on? We got Kat Vecchione on the line. What's happening, Kat? You there?
Hi, guys. I miss you guys. I had to chime in because pancetta is the bomb.
All right. You know, all right.
It is the bomb.
Yeah. All right.
No,
I do. I love pancetta because
I'm not a meat person, but I use prosciutto in my fettuccine napolitan.
All right.
And then I make the most awesome cheese omelet with pancetta.
All right. Nice.
I can actually go for a cheese omelet with pancetta on a piece of Italian bread.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece of crusty Italian bread. Simple.
Yeah.
I
You know
have
what's
to have
actually
it
good
flown
with
in
pancetta?
from Italy, though. I have to have the bread flown in from Italy like Sinatra did.
All right.
Oh, all right.
I'm flying in. Come fly with me. Come fly with me.
Yeah, there you go.
I think she smoked some tomatoes.
But, Kat, here's the problem. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but you're down in FLA, you're in Florida, and Florida, let's just face it, Florida's not known for its bread or its bagels or its pizza.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible unless I do have some friends from Napoli, and I do say that it's authentic.
I will say that
I did live in Naples. I lived in Naples on and off for 2 years.
Naples, Florida?
Naples, Florida, and Naples, Italy.
Oh, all right, yeah.
I will say this, though, just to interrupt you for a second. Florida does have some great Italian restaurants. And
because and you know why?
Wait, I'm going to give you one better. I don't know if you ever heard of this. I think it was on like Federal Highway or 2nd Avenue out by Boca. A place called Augie's Pizzeria. Phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. This guy had those black dishes that they baked the Sicilian in.
Yeah.
And he would put like olive oil and cheese around it, and it would like kind of chip off the sides and go in between, and you get that crusty, cheesy thing. It was actually one of the greatest pizza I've ever had.
Yeah. No, well,
overall, you can't get bread. Like when I was in Virginia, you can't get good bread.
Nah.
You can't. It just ain't happening.
I mean, in Florida, I used to have to go to Publix shopping all the time, right? And I wanted one loaf of bread. They always had 2 loaves of Italian bread in the plastic bag, and it was mushy. I wanted crunchy. I wanted to eat the heel on the way home, but it was like rubber.
Right.
Yeah. But
I agree with you.
Yeah, we had a place. I lived in Jupiter and worked in Tequesta, Florida, and I worked at a Caribbean place, and right down the way was Nicole's. It was an Italian restaurant. They were all from Staten Island. They used to have a pizzeria out in Great Hills. Right, and it was great. And I'd walk in there, I was 23 at the time, like German moron Staten Island guy, and here they were, all these transplanted, mob type guys and stuff, and they'd be like, Bobby, and they loved it, and we would just talk food. We'd go to this deli that was in like some island or whatever in Florida or something, and we'd all get our like salamis. They'd bring me stuff. Their wives would make me stuff. It was great.
So you like a good salami?
Yeah, sweaty. I like a sweaty salami.
I like a sweaty salami too.
I thought you weren't a meat type of girl there, Kat. What's going on?
Oh, wait, what kind of salami were we talking about?
Yeah. We're talking about salami from White Shadow. Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that show, White Shadow?
You had it right the first time, Kat. We've been talking about salami.
Yeah.
Or in my case, a breakfast sausage.
A Vienna.
The Vienna.
Yeah, let me ask you this. We got you on, and you're Italian, and we talked about earlier some of our 5 favorite old school Italian dishes, and Rob and I had said pizza rustica, chicken marsala, mussels, eggplant parm. What were some of your? Give me a couple.
Eggplant parm. In fact, I turned it down tonight so I can be here to do the show because Mama called me and she goes, Katerina, I got the melanzana. I'm like, no way.
Kat, as much as I love you, I got to say, I might have trouble. I might even have trouble showing up here when my mother was making eggplant parm.
Yeah. I think me too. I love eating eggplant parm until the back of my tongue, like, itches almost.
All right,
you get that?
I'm going to give you one better, and I don't know if you'll agree with me. Eggplant parm is better the next day.
Yeah.
And I even like it cold right out of the refrigerator.
Yep.
I'll eat it anyway. I'll eat melanzana anyway.
Well, eggplant's like a sponge anyway.
Yeah, it just
soaks it up. Now, let me ask you, like your grandmother or your mom, did they salt it first and let it like?
One of my grandmothers did, one never did.
All right. Now, how about this one?
I can't have salt, so
Well, what happens is you salt it, you lay it on paper towels, you purge it. It takes all the bitterness out, and then you can rinse it, but it actually takes the bitterness out, you squeeze it out. But now, was it egg and breadcrumb or just egg?
Some people do. There's 3 different ways I've seen it done. Now, the standard breading procedure is...
Right, flour, egg, and breadcrumb.
My family's never done that on anything. Chicken, cutlet, nothing. It's always egg and bread.
Right. I've never really saw that until I worked in restaurants.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now, when you do something what they call like Allen glaze, is when they put it in egg, like a franchise. They just flour, egg it, and fry it in the egg.
Right.
Now, I've seen the eggplant only floured. The Sicilians do it where they
right.
just flour it, and there's no breadcrumb, or they just fry it like that with skin on and put a little... Now, my uncle does that. The Neapolitans do that too, but I like it with the breadcrumb on. I'm sorry, egg and breadcrumb. Old school, the way I grew up on. Is it bad the other way? No. But I like the breadcrumb. I like that little bit of that
No, Mama doesn't use the flour. I don't know whatever it is she does to it. I'll eat it. And then she does something like the marinara sauce. She makes it like healthy way without frying it because I've lost like 60 pounds already.
Wow.
Well, you know what's a good way to do it?
Come down there and have some salami with you.
Yeah, she can actually, I don't know if she does this, but a lot of ways with like chicken cutlets now and stuff to be healthy is you dip it in low-fat yogurt, and then you can either put the panko breadcrumbs or cornflakes, something like crunchy. You roll it in there and then spray it with a little like Pam or cooking spray and then bake it in the oven. It'll give it that crunchiness.
My mom does that. No,
yeah.
It's not so much with the yogurt and anything, but she'll bake it and spray the bottom a little bit, and it's not bad.
Right.
Or the other option, too, which I'm not a fan of, and it works, it's grilled.
I love the grilled baby Japanese eggplant.
Yes,
or the white eggplant. I love white eggplant.
You know what? It's one of those lost things. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's a phenomenal product.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's not used more often.
We used to do a thing. When I worked in Nantucket, Chef Phil Core, the guy I worked for, we'd marinate it, grill it as an appetizer, and put it with like a balsamic vinaigrette with gorgonzola on top and fresh basil. It was fantastic.
It was funny. One of the first things I ever got written up for, I'm going back about 20 years ago, I used to call it an eggplant Napoleon. Now they call it like an eggplant stack or an eggplant tower. And I marinated the eggplant in balsamic and olive oil and some rosemary, garlic, grilled it, and then I stacked it. But I did fresh mozzarella, arugula, a slice of prosciutto, some caramelized onions, and I made this whole tower of it. And let me tell you something. I can eat like a half a city of these towers. It was just phenomenal.
All right. Well, on that note, we are gonna cut the show pretty soon. We want to thank Chef Ray Alongi from season 11 of Hell's Kitchen. We want to thank Nick Accardi from Tavola Restaurant. We want to thank Kat. We want to thank Pete Silvano from Chef's Life Apparel. And all the callers. Wacko Bob, welcome back, buddy. We got Jackie, our weekly caller. Thanks for the call. We got Kat. It's good to have everyone back together. And we just want to keep telling everybody to keep chewing the fat. All right. We'll see you next week. We love you. Take it easy.
Have a good night.
Ciao.
Nigga. Nigga. Shit. Niggas. Rock. Shit.
and this is my impression of a drill instructor directing a musical. 10 hot! Get those tap heels in line and let me see those jazz hands! Are you bundling your home and auto insurance through Progressive? Can you hear me through those sequins?
Bundle your home and auto through Progressive and save.
Left, and step no change.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Home insurance provided and serviced by other select insurers.
This weekend at Kohl's, there's still time to save on great gifts for Dad, like a new dress shirt or tie, only $19.99. Give him a watch gift set for only $27.99, and save 50 to 60% on a performance golf shirt. And no matter how you pay, take an extra 20% off these already great sale prices. Everyone gets Kohl's Cash too, Thursday through Sunday at Kohl's. Now that's the good stuff. Kohl's. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.